St. John's because I had to go up to North Dakota. Had to be up there on a Monday, so I came by and I saw a sign on this property. So I jogged down the number, and then I was up in North Dakota for a week, and then I came back, and the friend of mine called me from Phoenix and said, "Hey, John, there's a 2.7 acre parcel on Encinitas Boulevard." I said, "Yeah, Lee, thanks for reminding me. I haven't called on it. I took the number down." So that Monday I called and asked the guy. I didn't even. The price was 377,000. I did, which is a bargain. What had happened was a bank had foreclosed on this property, which was foreclosed on itself. The bank went under. It was Washington Mutual. Was taken over by One West Bank, and One West Bank took all over the assets. And the head guy at One West said, "Hey, I want you to put all the assets we acquired from this bank that went under. I want you to just put them so they sell immediately." And so that's why this price was so low. And when I got here, there was all kinds of people walking all over the property. And so I called the realtor up and I said, "Listen, can I meet you at Coco's down the way? I want to make a full price offer on the property." So I met him, and we wrote an offer that afternoon for full price. And if you've ever, I've been in the real estate business for almost 40 years now. But anyway, I've done a lot of foreclosures and bank sales, and normally you don't have a bank give you an answer that afternoon. The same day as the offer went in.
I'm a retired banker, so I know.
But thanks be to God, I made the offer. It was signed by the bank that afternoon. Can you imagine? Yeah, it's amazing. So it even gets better because then I came up and started walking the property, and I had a 45-day free look, and I got to see a lot of, this property has been vacant. There was Christmas trees here and old furniture and everything. So I called the realtor up and I said, "Listen, do you think the bank would give us any relief to clean up the site?" And so he called them. I'm thinking a couple thousand or something. And he calls back and he says, "What about a 50,000 reduction in the price?"
You gotta be kidding me. Oh, you don't get that off.
No, that's another God thing. And so we ended up getting the property for $325. And through that, back to Zarina, when she came down from San Francisco and came up to me and said, "Hey, God told me to build a shrine." And I said, "Well, let's go look at this property I just tied up here in Encinitas." And so we came over and she said, "This is perfect. This is perfect." So this is kind of how that all happened.
That is so awesome.
Yeah.
So cool.
So we've had, it's just been a real blessing. My wife and I, we gave it to the Divine Mercy Hills Foundation of Southern California. And some of the first encounters here, we had a nun from the Pastoral Center down in San Diego come up. I wanted her to come up and see the property, and she came up in her little high heels, her stubby high heels, and this was before any trails or anything were here, and she walked all the way to the top. And she gave her blessing to it, and then we've had a priest many priests from the Philippines.
All over.
We've had a priest from Scotland that came, and it's just been a real blessing.
Three priests came from India that were visiting.
Yeah.
Right.
We've had priests from Stockbridge, Massachusetts, the National Shrine, come here, and so it's just been a real blessing. There's been many people that have encountered Jesus here.
Yes.
One quick story we had, we put up the cross with about 30 people initially, but about 5-7 years ago, there was an atheist that contacted the city and said, I want you to make the owners of the Divine Mercy site take the cross down. And he says, if you don't, I'm going to plaster the city of Encinitas with swastikas. Can you imagine what a threat that was? And so we know that God is with us because the city requested us to take the cross down. They didn't want any confrontation. So we have a pro-per attorney named Steve Barley. He's downtown. He's with Procopio. And so we called Procopio and said, we've got an atheist that in the city wants us to take the cross down. He says, well, wow. I have in front of my desk, I have a man that's with Pacific Law Institute, and they fight religious rights across the West. And he said, I'm going to come up right now with him, and we're going to visit your cross. And so he did. He came up. We waited. He came up, and we were up at the top, and he says, I'm going to take this case. And I said, wow. I said, I don't know if we can afford you. And he says, well, can you afford $1? So he took the case for $1, and he wrote the most amazing paper to give to the city. It was about 30 pages, all on why you can't make a religious organization take a cross down, because it's on private property, and you're going to have a long battle if you do. And we never heard back from the city. They dropped the whole thing. And so, anyway, God is with us. He's really amazing. And we've had so many people encounter here, come here on the 13th. We've done the 13th prayer here for over 10 years now. And 12 years. Yeah, 12 years. And so it's just been a real blessing. One story I wanted to share, there was a New York couple that came in from New York. His wife was paraplegic. They parked down below, and he carried her on the site. And they prayed, and then they went to their hotel, and the next morning she started walking. So there's been miracles like that have happened. Probably a lot of miracles that we haven't even heard about or know about. But yeah, it's just been a real blessing.
A rosary turned gold. We were praying. To our Blessed Mother, right there, she was sitting there.
Yeah, there was a lady.
There was a silver one, and there was a lady, and they turned it gold.
I have it.
And on the silver bead.
Oh, is that yours? Oh, there she is.
There she is.
There you are.
Hey, we're blessed. We're blessed to have you right here.
The cross stayed silver, but everything else.
He also has, our president also has his blessed and got certain on his silver, his gold.
It is gold.
Jenny.
One of our board members
There she is.
was feeling bad that she didn't have her rosary blessed. It was hanging in her car when she got back, so she did a quick little prayer to St. Michael, and then how gold it turned.
If you want to know her,
She's right here.
the story.
There she is.
There she is. But we don't have enough copies, but it's so beautiful. Yeah, you can tell the before and after. And she just watching their faces
On the 13th.
because she forgot to take her.
Yeah. And so at that day on the 13th, and we've been doing it for 10, 12 years, we do a small service, a prayer service, where we do a rosary right here at the grotto. We do a rosary, we do a Divine Mercy chaplet, and then we do a Stations of the Cross all the way up to the top. And it's right up there to the cross. Yeah, it's up to the cross. But really, we've had so many miracles. We've actually had a spinning sun here during these 13ths. We had, many spinning suns.
Your name is?
Jose
Jose?
Abobo.
Abobo, yeah, okay. And what did you say you saw today?
We saw the sun dance
Yeah.
sometimes when the cloud that passes,
Yeah, it's very
turns-
cloudy today.
it turns
So,
red
yeah.
like blood.
When did you see this?
When we were at the shrine.
You mean
during
today?
the time-
Today?
Yeah, right.
Today is the Divine Mercy, April 3rd, right? Yeah. And where are you from?
From here,
Yeah.
from San Diego,
Which part of San Diego?
Linda Vista.
Linda Vista. Okay, thank you for coming. Thank you so much. So if we want to get in touch with you, were you the only one who saw this?
The whole group.
Who else saw this?
Hi.
What time
Good
were
to
you
see you
here?
again.
Yeah.
We were here. We left at 12:45 at home.
Yeah.
Sa Linda Vista.
Okay. Yeah.
So this is our Carmelite groups. We belong to the Carmelites
I see.
in
I
Linda
see.
Vista. Yeah. And
Yeah.
Ate Beatrice is my cousin. We came here. This is our third time.
Oh, I see.
We were here last Friday.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Friday. I
you
was
were here, right?
too. Yeah.
People that have seen Jesus in a cloud formation, the Trinity. There was one particular time, I wasn't here, but there was one particular time is that the whole site turned a golden hue, and everybody just was in amaze. The trees and the grass and everything were kind of a golden hue. Were kind of a golden hue, and that was one particular time. I don't know anything else that anybody want to add. It's just
I have a story actually.
oh,
My
okay.
mom, we came every 13th of the month with my mom. She had brain cancer, and it was in fourth stage, and they gave her less than 6 months to live. But we continued to bring her. And there was a healing mass here with a priest, I don't remember his name, and she couldn't walk or anything. And he had her stand there, and he prayed over her here and told her, bend over and touch your toes. And she says, oh no, I can't. He says, no, bend over, and she did. Right here.
Oh, glory to God.
Right here. And this was dirt before.
Yeah.
So, she was on a new, and so she ended up living for 2 years, 8 months.
Oh,
Yeah.
glory to God. That's amazing. That's amazing.
Oh, there. I was just sharing about Mom. She got healed here. Sorry. My mom's sisters just got here.
Oh, wonderful. Well, we are really blessed to have a gentleman here that has done all of this work, this stonework and pavers. His name is Patrick Hatton over here, and we think he's our St. Joseph because, and thank you, Patrick. Thank you.
All the inventions, he's done all this. All the
And what we call the stairway to heaven.
benches coming up, the 3 benches so you can rest.
Yeah.
And I need it.
It's a labor of love, and greatly and deeply thankful for that. So, anyway, thank you for coming again, and